Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Chaos Child. No more loading old files. Yet. We've gone through the game. If I want to see other paths, I'm going to have to start a new game. We do have the whole prologue to sit through, so I'll go ahead and pass through that. And here we are, skipping through the prologue all the way to the very first trigger delusion of the game. What would you think if I said, pardon me if this is selfish for saying, but I'm madly in love with you, or whatever that line was from Cool Cat? And she's like, huh? What if I go negative? What if I make my first decision in the game a negative? Yeah, they're being polite? Oh, that's true. Let's see where this goes. But wait a second, Sarika just said it would depend on the person. Sarika and I have known each other for a long time. We'd been friends since we were little, and we still spent a lot of time with each other. Which means there's a good chance that she likes me. In other words, if I went for it, could I at least get a kiss? That's right. Cool Cat Press said the same thing in the October 10th, 1999 edition. It was a special titled, How to Silence a Woman by Kissing Her? Okay, this is a negative delusion. I'm getting nervous. This fall, women are waiting for your kiss. Share an unbalanced kiss and fall in love. Do whatever it takes to trick her into kissing you. Jeez, that's very 20th century. He who dares wins. Isn't that like? Wasn't that a phrase from one of the armed forces? I remember they mentioned in Metal Gear Solid 2, Snake was just saying stuff like Semper Fi and who dares wins. Like, it might not have been a US Army thing. Was it like British forces or something? But in any case, do whatever it takes to trick her into kissing you.
おのえ、ちょっとだけいいか?
I grabbed a confused Sarika and forced her down on the bed. And we got the scary music? This is the first decision I could have made? Boy, am I glad I went positive the first time. This would have colored my interpretation of the game.
ちょっとだけだから、本当にちょっとだけだから.
This isn't tricking anybody, dude. This is just freaky. He who dares wins. With, like, the horror music. And they say kisses are magic. If I kissed Sarika, maybe she'd fall in love with me. She's reading my mind, so she knows exactly what I'm thinking. I wasn't sure I wanted Sarika to fall in love with me, but it really felt like I was just grabbing the first girl that was available, but I just really wanted to kiss someone, and it didn't matter who. I felt a strong shock along my left cheek. I can't believe it didn't work. My head shook. I was seeing stars. Her words stabbed like daggers into my heart. All the excitement I felt was washed away in an instant. Brutal. That was a serious punch sound. I know he said kick, but that's like an action movie punch sound. Jesus! Ooh! Ooh! Wow, I'm glad that's over. And you know what the scary thing is? She knows why.
Yeah. 別に.
I gotta say though, it must have been fun doing those lines. Forcing her to the bed was basically a crime. Or, you know, not basically. Bad idea, yeah. I'm not like your average teenager who only thinking, who only thinks of the opposite sex. If my simulation with Sarika went that badly, trying it with any other girl was sure to end with me in handcuffs. Oh yeah, and this was for the drink. The funny thing is... Oh, no, it was for the magazine. The funny thing, though, is that... Like, Serica could probably just kill me, except that because of the quirk of her existence, she wouldn't. Also, 500 yen. Yeah, don't tell her why that is, even though she already knows that too, surely.
Eh?
For what? Hush money? Ugh. Wait. That was just a simulation.
500円って何の話?
Okay, and we're done. And now we're back with our friend Ito.
どうでもいいよ.
To get context for this was, did Garo Froggy really talk like that? It doesn't matter. I am going to maintain positivity with this one. So... We're just seeing the usual where the class loves me. And now we are up to the next delusion. A female student was looking in. Was this Kurisu? Yeah, I don't want to be the same as all of you people. Oh my goodness. And then a female student was looking in. Now I'm going negative, and now I'm afraid of what's gonna happen.
No. どうしたの?
Okay, it's Kurisu. Let's get terrifying. She was about to trip, right? Her foot caught on one of the cables. Oh no, watch out! I moved quickly. She staggered forward, but I reached out my hand to keep her from falling. Good, we reached out her hand. Nothing will go wrong with that. Yup. That's a great sound. For some reason, I felt a powerful impact on the top of my skull as I slammed into the ground. What? My vision went black? I was about to pass out? We're not even doing the accidentally grab the chest and get smacked in the face? That's the obvious one, but we just got destroyed? What the heck just happened?
説明しよう。つまずいた女帝はバランスを立て直そうとしてなぜかその場でジャンプし、勢い余って空中できれいに体をひねった。
This is really goofy.
その結果、駆け寄った宮代の頭に見事なフライングニールキックをお見舞いする形になったのだ。
Is this like Fist of the North Star, where you're just explaining things as they happen?
宮代、見事なKO負けだったぜ。
That's fantastic. That's like the most innocent negative delusion I've seen so far. Given that was just one possibility, I probably shouldn't do anything. And we're done.
宮代、またお前か。今度は何したんだ?
Now remember, when we first meet Kawahara, our positive delusion is we pants him in front of everybody and he runs off saying, "You're a jerk! You're a mean jerk!" And it's really funny. I'm gonna go R2 this time. We're going negative, ladies and gentlemen.
うるさいな。
Oh, here we go.
なんだって?今うるさいって言ったのか?
He must have heard that because he came storming up to me. He tried to grab me by the collar, but I knocked his hand away. Instead, I grabbed his head and put it under my arm.
おい、離せ!
I grabbed his belt and lifted him up off the ground? Wow. I know it's just in our head.
おお、ブレーンバスターか。そのまま垂直落下で落とせ、宮代!
Oh, we're gonna do a wrestling move, and again Ito's narrating it.
やめなさい。危ないでしょ。
I raised Kawahara up above my head and then stood there, unmoving, for a moment. Just when I was deciding whether to drop him or put him down,
おい、下ろせ!
he flailed his legs out toward the ceiling and tried to escape. The man didn't know when to give up. Oh no. I could do a lot worse than just drop you, you know. I shifted Kawahara around in my arms and quickly moved into position for a pile driver. This is ludicrous. Then I dropped to the ground butt first and slammed his head into the floor. Jeez. Oh, I heard an awful crunching sound. Did I just kill Kawahara in my delusion? His skull must have fractured. But just before I dropped him, I let go a little so it didn't hit him as hard as it could have. If I hadn't, he would be dead right now. Even so, dude.
タクル、やりすぎよ。
Kurisu's face was expressionless.
警察に通報するわ。
Oh no!
僕が悪いんじゃない。僕を苛立たせた川原くんが悪いんだ。
This is so corny.
そんな理由で人生を棒に振ったの。 あなたがそんなに愚かだったなんて知らなかった。
Oh no. I watched in a daze as Kurisu called the police. Kawahara had passed out, little bubbles of foam forming around his mouth. The teachers had heard the noise and started to gather around me. I guess I'm going to have to drop out of school. Ah, shucks. What the hell? Yeah, that's what would happen. I could beat the stuffing out of Kawahara right now if I wanted. I totally could. I totally could, you guys. I totally could, but that would just get me in trouble. That's why I'm not doing it. I'm holding myself back. I didn't want to ruin my life over something like that, so I decided to just not say anything to him. That's so stupid. Anyway, we're done. Here we are with another delusion. For context, Kurisu is just chewing us out, but whoops, wind blew through the window and we saw her underwear, and that wasn't even a delusion, that really happened. Still, I'd only gotten a glimpse. And I'm gonna go negative for this one. Then a miracle occurred. A sudden wind blew through the window. What, again? Kurisu's hair was blown violently by the wind. But that was all. This time, she held down the pleats of her skirt to keep it from flying up. Instead, the papers scattered on the desks and shelves were lifted up and blown about the room.
Oi, Mado shimero!
Ito and I mumbled complaints as we picked up the fallen papers.
何これ。
Kurisu picked up one of the papers on the ground. When I saw what it was, I froze. I could feel the color drain from my face. That was a color printout I'd made from a scanned page of Cool Cat Press. Well, we're dead. I printed it out but forgotten to take it back with me.
実践。女の子のエッチな口説き方。
Ugh. We just keep striking out.
読むな！
これを読めばお持ち帰り間違いなし。
宮代。
Oh dear. Don't look at me that way.
タクル、これはあなたが？
Remember that she gets particularly scary when she smiles like this and talks in a very calm voice?
だ
Ugh.
ったら聞きたいんだけど、何をお持ち帰りしたくてこれを読んだの？
That's a good question.
答えなさい。
Guess we'll die. My life was over. I fell to the ground without answering her question, my heart filled with despair. Oh, thank God that's over. Just imagining that situation was enough to give me goosebumps. The thought of it happening for real made my blood run cold. I shouldn't hope for things. One glimpse of the White Goddess was enough. Oh. That online game addict had the best computer skills of anyone in the club. I forgot how quickly we went to another trigger delusion. Well, alright. Where did we go?
和樹、手伝わなくて。
Oh, wait, no, I remember what this was. We had Kurisu and Kazuki having a romantic moment. But if I go negative...
和樹、その手、さっきよりひどくなってない？
Yeah, there was the whole thing, oh, let me kiss it to make it better, but I think we're gonna go in a different direction this time. Kurisu's voice was filled with panic.
タクル、和樹の手が。
なんだ？
Is this like a serious injury? What happened in the first place while we have the scary music? Oh wait, no, it was just because she like punched the wall, right? Worried, I looked back toward Kazuki. She was clutching her right arm with a pained expression. An eerie, dark miasma was seeping out of it? Yes.
まさか封印したはずだぞ。
Oh, I love stuff like this. It's so dumb.
闇の力が暴走している。覚醒したというの？
Kurisu looked at me, suddenly uncertain.
おいおい、早すぎるだろ。あと10年は持つんじゃなかったのかよ。それだけ 和樹の中の力が強大だっていうことか。
あるいは和樹の力を覚醒させる何かがこの町に近づいているのかもしれない。
悠長に話してる場合じゃねえ。このままじゃヤバいぞ。伊藤、クリス、僕たちだけで景色を。
Yes.
しまった。
We were too slow to notice. The seal was about to break. Oh, jeez. An overwhelming torrent of darkness burst forth from Kazuki's body and streaked towards me. It was cold, like absolute zero, and I felt my mind slowly fading away. Oh no! That's the kind of stupid stuff a third grader might think about during class. But I was old enough that it was just embarrassing. And we're through! Well, we're in the Love Hotel now. I listened carefully, but didn't hear anything revealing. When I had gone positive before, there were, I guess, workers in the Love Hotel who were like, ooh, we're sexy ladies, wanna come in? We'll make you feel good. And I was like, whoa, we're minors. What if I go negative? And then suddenly the door flung open. We're dead now. An angry and very underdressed man came storming out. His hair was short and permed, and he had a gold necklace around his neck. Oh no, this guy was bad news. Serika had frozen in surprise. When he glared at me, I shook my head without thinking, and then he turned his gaze towards Serika. The man grabbed Serika by the hand and tried to pull her into the room. Oh my god. She turned toward me for help with tears in her eyes. Something really bad was about to happen to her. Thank God she's a killer, but we don't know that yet. I had to do something. I had to. Ugh, I was suddenly kicked in the solar plexus. The force sent me flying all the way back to the other wall, where I collapsed to the ground. Don't worry, guys. She can take care of herself. She can read minds and summon a giant freaking sword. The pain was so great that I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even stand up. And then the door shut. Ugh. I could hear the man's yelling and Serika's screams from within. Guess she's dead. All I could do was crumple up into a ball on the ground, crying in fear and frustration. Ugh. What if that happened? Serika was just too reckless. We didn't belong in a place like this anyway. I bit my lip and watched in fear as she kept knocking.
So?
And we're through. And now a lot of exposition and information has gone down. We are back in our room. Yeah, I turned toward the door. Someone was knocking. Who could it be? Well, time to get scary. Come on in, whoever it is. Huh? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The doorknob spun on its own. The door opened. I couldn't believe it. I'd forgotten to lock the door. Someone was here. Who? Was it Serika? Or Gen? Or someone who had something to do with what happened yesterday? Because remember, the Love Hotel incident is over. We have seen the dead body. Was it okay for me to just stand here? Oh. A small shadow slipped through the gap in open door, and came inside. And she's got her black ribbons, just like we saw her at the Love Hotel. Who was this girl? Because we haven't really met her yet. We saw her in the Love Hotel, but we haven't been properly introduced. Our eyes met, and then I realized that I should have looked away. Oh, is this like she possessed me with her gaze or something? Oh no.
誰だ?
Her eyes were blank and out of focus. It was like she was looking at me, but she wasn't. Her skin was so pale, she looked sick. She was mumbling something. She had something behind her back. It was a knife, over 20 centimeters long. Shit. 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 She was insane. And then I remembered. I remembered who she was. Yup. Because we don't know anything about her yet. She was the girl at the crime scene. What was she doing here? Oh, that's bad. And at this early stage in the game, we could have easily believed that she was the killer. Isn't it amazing that this could have been the first dialogue we heard from her in the whole game? That would have really colored my impression of her differently. She leapt on me without warning. I felt a terrible pain in my solar plexus, again. I looked down and saw that the knife was embedded deep within my chest. She giggled as she pulled the knife out. Ugh, that gross gurgling sound. And again, and again, the knife went in. Jeez. How could somebody die like this? It was insane, I thought. And that is how he died in True World. That wasn't going to happen, unless I played True World. Yeah, no way. None. So imagine that. We could have opened with this, with Arimura, and then closed with the other path. I kept telling myself that as I went over and locked the door. It was just like how, after you saw a horror movie, you ended up afraid to go to the bathroom at night. One theory said that a scary experience like that throws the brain into overdrive and causes it to emit too much dopamine, which triggers strong delusions. Basically, I was overthinking it. Nothing crazy like that was actually going to happen on this path. It was physically impossible, so I was fine. Just fine. I took a deep breath and managed to calm myself down. Hooray! And we're back. Sarika's in our room. She looked over at me while she rifled through my bookcases. This is where we tried the freaking date rape drug. We put, what was it, like eyedropper, like eye medicine or something in her drink. Maybe that'll get her aroused. And that was the positive delusion. Oh boy, can't wait to see what happens when we go with the negative one. And then some information I'd found before flashed across my mind. Of course it was from Cool Cat Press. I'd read about it in a certain special they'd run. If you put eye drops into a beer, it'll make a girl feel aroused. Yeah, there we go. At the time, I hadn't believed it. In another issue, they'd said that eye drops in cola would make a girl go to sleep. I'm uncomfortable that we're starting with the same opening. Adding eye drops into a drink would create unusual side effects. I'd heard a rumor that was all just an urban legend, though. But what would happen if you put eye drops into Kakanto? There was a stupid teenage girl who didn't even know what Kakanto was right in front of me. Again, this whole opening is verbatim. Should I try it? I prepared 2 cups like it was the most natural thing in the world and poured out the Kakanto I'd made. And then, being very careful not to let Sarika see me, I took the eye drops off the shelf. Now, to just add a few drops of it to this, and maybe it would be enough to arouse even Sarika. I tried adding a few drops. But wait a second. Cool Cat Press hadn't said anything about how much to use, so I had no idea how much it would take to get any effect. It felt like you would need more than a few drops. Okay, I just have to add the whole bottle? What? You want some more Kakanto with your eye drops? The problem was how to make sure that Sarika didn't see me.
今お前の分も作ってやるから座って待ってろよ。
本当？ありがとう。カッコン糖って初めて飲むな。
Sarika did just what I told her. So easy. While she sat on the sofa, I went around to where she couldn't see me and opened the lid on the eye drops, then poured the whole bottle in. That's so stupid.
お待たせ。
My heart felt like it was pounding fast. I tried to act normal as I handed her the cup.
結構すごい匂いだね。薬みたい。
Well... Oh shit.
いや、カッコン糖ってもともと漢方薬だし、そういう匂いなんだ。
健康には良さそう。
Sarika laughed. It was lucky for me that she was so stupid. Oof. And she's reading that in my mind too. This is really uncomfortable. Like, it was uncomfortable enough the first time, but now that I know she could read minds, this is rough.
じゃあいただきます。
The thing is, though, this is probably going to be hilarious because we don't know what the effect is going to be, so it's going to like turn into a monster or something. She put the cup to her lips with no hesitation, and then she started coughing. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. I must have added the wrong amount. Oh, really? I'd have to tell her what I'd done later and apologize. This is really not good.
大丈夫か?
Serica wouldn't stop coughing. Her body was twisting in pain. The cup fell to the floor and spilled the kakanto everywhere. This wasn't normal.
どうしたんだよ?
And then, all too suddenly, she coughed up blood. The red liquid stained the sofa, the floor, and me.
なんだよこれ?
Was I not supposed to mix kakanto and eye drops? Did I accidentally make something poisonous?
おのえおい!
I tried to pat her back when her eyes suddenly rolled up into her head. She started to spasm and shake. All I could do was watch in shock. Soon she lay down on the bed, face up, and stopped moving. Blood was still dripping from the side of her mouth.
おのえ
She wasn't breathing.
嘘だろ死んだなんて嘘って言ってくれよ
That's terrible.
何が?
は?
Serica was looking at me, head tilted in surprise. There was no blood or drool dripping from her mouth, and her eyes weren't rolled into the back of her head.
嘘って何の話?
あ? いや、なんでもない。
もしかして私に何か嘘ついてる?
そういうんじゃないって気にするな。
Okay.
Serica did just what I told her. I couldn't tell if she was obedient or just didn't care. But for now I was saved. Ugh. I took a drink from the cup of kakanto in my hands. It didn't taste like medicine. I hadn't been able to find any eye drops on the shelf, so I'd just given it to her normally. It was wrong to think about experimenting on a friend. Yeah.
それにしてもゲンさんいい人だよね。好きだな、私。
Alright. Kurusu loves sweets. Yep, this was when we had that amazing fantasy where we got her sweets and she was like, oh my god, you guys are the coolest. Well, we're going negative this time. Unless we could win her over, we weren't going to be able to continue with the case.
よし、これから賄賂を買いに行こう。伊藤、渋谷で有名なスイーツ店の上位3つを調べてくれ。
I love the voice change for this. Ito, find me the top 3. Like he's got that dramatic leader voice.
任せろ。これで副部長もイチコロだぜ。
It was time for the mission to begin.
というわけで、これ、クルスにプレゼント。
So, how is this going to turn out? You fool, this is not the kind of chocolate I like, and it's awkward, or she realizes we're bribing her. I knew that Kurusu was staying late after school to get ready for the festival. I handed her the present I'd just bought. Ito had found me a pancake place near Shibuya Station. It was a popular store where there was always a line of girls outside. I heard it was one of the few places where you could get pancakes for takeout, so I quickly chose it. Again, this is the same setup. Standing in line with the girls for an hour was almost torture, but I somehow managed to do it.
これってエッグスンサンクスのパンケーキ?
そうだけど。
何を企んでるの?
そんな言い方ないだろ。せっかく買ってきたのに。
あなたが私にプレゼントを持ってくるなんて今までなかったもの。何か魂胆があるんでしょ?
Well...
伊藤君、どういうこと?
事件のことを追いかけたいから副部長に賄賂をみたいな。
That's amazing. He just says it. I guess we're bribing you?
お前!
You could have put up more of a fight than that.
すまん宮代。
副部長の眼力には勝てなかった。
せっかく買ってきてくれたのは嬉しいけど、これ受け取れない。
Kurisu handed the pancakes back to me. She was always so serious about this stuff.
二人で仲良く食べなさい。とっても美味しいから。
Her face was smiling, but her eyes weren't. Oh, that was it? Just, she's really gonna let us have it? Yeah, that's what would happen. Kurisu would see through any attempt at bribery I made. It was a bad idea to try and buy her off. Why would I want to split a pancake dinner with Ito anyway? Or would it work better if Ito didn't go with me? And we're through! And now we select pictures, and I'm supposed to go in particular directions here, but what I'm going to do for starters is pick incorrect things. This is not going to affect the branching path, but you may recall that I had gotten a trophy before that was called I Am a Right-Sider. This was for choosing everything correctly throughout the entire game. No wrong selections. This time I'm gonna do wrong selections. It's letting me get away with this, but we'll see where this goes. Oh no, did I get it wrong?
もう一回考え直してみたら？
そうだな。
Yeah, they're gonna force me to reset. They take everything back off. Oh no! I blew it! So I'm gonna do that a few more times.
まだ何か違う気がすんだよな。
Different dialogue for the same mistake. Huh? I got it wrong again?
だよね。タク、違ってるよ、これ。
そうかもな。
Alright. Well, I'm still gonna mess it up a little more.
いや、こうじゃないだろ。
そうか。
ちょっと資料を見直した方がいいんじゃない？
What did I get wrong?
ですよね。
Wow. 3 times they gave me unique dialogue for this. Don't worry, I'll get it right eventually. Okay, and that time they outright kicked me out, that's fine. Yeah, this is better. Alright, now what if I choose wrong? No, it's definitely not this. Okay. Oh, I could do this much more efficiently then. I'll need to rethink this. This isn't right. There we go. I knew you were a wrong-sider. I made 20 incorrect decisions. I did it. Now I'll choose for real. Oh no, it's Mysterious Arimura. What was she doing here? Well, on our first bad decision, she was our relative. Like, oh, can I call you Big Brother? And we were like, huh? Well, what if I go negative? Without warning, the girl started to laugh.
やっと見つけた。見つけましたよ。
Everyone froze. Even Kurisu seemed uncertain of what to do as she stared at the girl. The girl jammed her hand inside her pocket, and she took out a knife again. A butterfly knife! Oh no! She pointed the blade right at me.
宮代拓死ねよお前
Again? Was she really a murderer then? I tried to run. I tried to turn around and run right out of the room. But unfortunately, Ito was in my way. I ran straight into him and fell backwards to the ground. Crap. Alarm bells were going off in my head. Run, 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 run. Get off the ground and run. Whoa. Whoa, that's a look. I felt something cold up against my neck.
Bye bye.
Ugh. Then came the pain. I felt strangely detached and indifferent as I watched the blood spurt out of my own neck. And just in front of everybody. Even though I knew it was just something I had imagined, it still gave me goosebumps. Something like that could really happen right now. I just wanted somebody, anybody, to give me an explanation. Alright. Right, this is when I asked her in the hotel, this'll be the last vision I do. Well, no, you know what? I'll go up to the next bulletin board thing. Let's see where this goes. Let's go negative. Arimura sighed, annoyed.
はいはい白状しますよ
Confess? No way, to murder?
親父狩りしてました
え
わかります親父狩り私が街を歩いてるおっさんに1回1万円って言って声かけるんです
Oh, is that the gimmick? And we found her in the love hotel and the guy was dead?
でホテル行ったら先にシャワー浴びてよって頼むわけっすよそしたらその間に仲間を部屋に誘導する
Her friends?
あとはすっぱだかのおっさんを縛って写メで撮ってから財布に入ってるお金を全部抜き取って終了
Brutal.
向こうは後ろめたいことしてるわけだから警察にも言えずに泣き寝入り完全犯罪の成立です
In other words, she had very scary friends.
でもよりによってこないだのおっさんは抵抗してきたんですよムカついたんで全員でリンチしてぶっ殺しちゃいました
Ugh. No one said a word.
ちなみに皆さんの顔と名前全部覚えちゃいましたんで夜道を歩くときは気をつけてくださいね私の仲間がご挨拶に行くかも
That's very scary. Ugh. It was a possibility, wasn't it? I couldn't think of any other good reason for her to be in that hotel. Ugh. Meanwhile, back in the newspaper club, we were seeing the stickers. We had the vision where the sticker opened its eye and looked at us and we got super spooked. And it's nothing. What's that? And we're going negative.
おいちょっと待て
Ito suddenly became very upset. He slammed his hands down on the table and stood up.
これハムサンドじゃなくてツナサンドじゃねえか
Oh yeah, this is when we all started eating our food and it's like, oh no, the cream spurted out of the sandwich when you ate it and it got all sensual. Guess we're not going that way this time.
本当に
お前ふざけんなよ俺頼むときちゃんとハムサンドって言ったよな
God damn, Ito.
おかしいなハムサンドを買ったつもりだったんだけど
今すぐ取り替えてもらってこいよ
別にいいじゃんハムサンドもツナサンドもそう大して違わないんだし
あ今なんつった
Wow.
ツナサンドの何が気に入らないの美味しいのに
ツナサンドがどうとかじゃねえんだよ俺は今日ハムサンドを食べたいんだ
そんなに言うなら自分で交換してもらいに行けばせっかく親切で買ってきてあげたのになんで怒られなくちゃいけないの
だからお前が間違えたからだろ 糸落ち着けって。いくらなんでもそんなどうでもいいことで切れすぎ。
どうでもよくねえよ。
I tried to move between them and Ito struck me in the chest. I'm getting hit in the chest constantly this time around. He hit me hard enough to knock me to the ground.
何するんだ。
うるせえ。宮代は黙ってろ。
It just all came down to a sandwich. Ito was ready to blow at any moment. We just never knew it.
俺はもともと尾上の態度が気に入らなかったんだ。宮代のことばっか構ってよ。俺のことなんかバカにしてたんだろ。
Make it what? What?
してないよ。っていうか何？逆ギレ？うざすぎ。みっともないから死んだら？
Jeez. That's twice in one episode she tells people to kill themselves.
なんだと？
Ito ran over to her. I thought he was going to hit her, but he didn't. He put both his hands around her neck and started to squeeze. Oh, where have I seen that before?
それならお前が死ねよ。絶対に許さねえぞ。俺のハムサンドさっさともらってこいよ。ツナサンドとか認めねえからな。ハムサンドだ。ハムサンドだぞ。ぶっ殺す。
Jeez, I will straight up fucking murder you if you don't get me that sandwich. That is a line. Ito had totally lost control. So did we didn't even spell his name right. He was staring at Serica with bloodshot eyes.
なあ、やめろよ二人とも。なんでハムサンドごときで争ってるんだよ。っていうか、そのままだと本当に尾上が死ぬって。
Serica moaned in pain. She was flailing her arms and legs and trying to escape his grasp, but he was a lot stronger than she was. Drool oozed out of the sides of her lips.
やめろ、いた。
うるせえって言ってるだろ。邪魔したらお前も殺すからな。
He really is passionate about his lunch. And suddenly her body started to spasm. Her eyes rolled up into her head and her body went limp. Jeez. Ito let go and she fell to the floor like a puppet with its strings cut.
嘘だろ。
死んだ。尾上が死んだ。どうだ。ハムサンドの恨みだ。ざまみろ。
This is a scenario someone wrote. Wow.
食い物の恨みは恐ろしい。
Wow. And you know what the irony is? He would have put a stop to the murders by committing one himself.
あ、宮代なんか言ったか？
あ、いや。
Ito cocked his head at me a little as he ate his ham sandwich.
それ、ハムサンド。
やらないからな。
いや、いい。争いの種は作りたくない。
あ？
As for Serica, she was pestering Kazuki as she played her game. I was wondering that. Isn't Kazuki in this scene? But oh well.
教えてよ、花ちゃん。誰とチャットしてたの？ねえ。
She was certainly relaxed. But in the real world, danger could strike at any minute. Me, Serica, and Ito, well, I, could die at any time for any reason. Why was I thinking about something so gloomy while the sun was still out? Was I tired?
なあ、尾上。
Ito said to Serica. For some reason, that was enough to startle me.
副部長は？
Serica froze. And we're through! And now we have ourselves another scenario where we need to choose photographs, but you know what? For now it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We're going for a new path, but in doing so we've made a bunch of different decisions regarding our trigger delusions, and we chose violence this day. We had multiple deaths, we had multiple scary scenes of violence, we had Arimura kill us twice, threaten to kill us, we even got a new image out of it. This is looking pretty crazy, and we haven't even chosen a new branch for a different ending yet. Guess we'll see where this goes. Until next time, everyone.